Hello, and welcome to Talk a Better Worlds. I'm SirFelixTheCat, and this is podcast 5.5. Really, we weren't going to be doing a show today, but I figured I'd get on because it's Father's Day weekend, so why not? Pretty much today, I just wanted to do a kind of like a live blender in a way. Wanted to do a list of good, bad, and other fathers in different IPs. So yeah, let's go ahead and get in this. Let's start with the bad. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Present, share screen. I think this is letting me share. Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's the good. The bad. There we go. So we're going to start with the bad fathers. So start off with one of the most obvious choices. Goku. Cool guy, but, you know, just horrible father overall. He will leave his wife, leave his kid just to go fight, go train, go away, go to different planets. I mean, you can kind of excuse him when he died because that's not really under his control. But yeah, for the rest of it, he's just a pretty bad father. He's constantly putting his own children in danger. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that he stepped aside for Cell, but he did kind of just throw Goku out there just to die, which is, you know, it's pretty bad. All right, next we have Anakin, which father that was never there. Again, I said this many times before, I'm not the most fluent in Star Wars, but yeah, I think I bring this one up because Luke is his son. And yeah, he's not really a great father. They did fight. I mean, he could have stopped that a long time ago. But yeah, 3 movies in and he finally figures it out. Next, we have Trigon. Trigon's kind of an interesting one. He's pretty much DC's Satan. But yeah, he's constantly trying to manipulate his daughter Raven using demonic forces, demonic powers and whatnot, his telepathy and all that. He wants Raven to basically become evil as well, so she can, with him, take over the world, destroy the world, which, you know, evil. As it says here, the living embodiment of evil itself. All right, next we have Omni-Man, who, again, he's a guy who starts off seeming like he's pretty cool, but then you find out his true identity, and that's definitely not cool. But yeah, so if you don't know about him, definitely go watch him out. Watch him on, I think he's on Amazon Prime. But yeah, so he's basically like another type of Superman. He's pretty much unkillable. But yeah, he was sent here to take over the world, kind of like Goku was sent to Earth, take over Earth. But yeah, him and his son end up fighting, and he could have stopped it. He could have just, you know, not been a trash person, not been a trash father, and actually worked with his son to do great things like they had been doing. I mean, he was the Superman of Earth. He was saving people. But yeah, he's evil, fought his son. I believe he punched his like teeth out and all that. Messed him up pretty bad. It's pretty awesome. Next for bad, we have Norman Osborn. Most of you are going to be familiar with him. He is the Goblin from Spider-Man. Oh yeah, it's awesome that he was played by Willem Dafoe. But yeah, he's also another bad one. He started off pretty good, but he didn't really raise his son. He let money raise his son, and that in itself isn't really being a great father. He's yeah, I believe he tried to kill him before. I could be wrong on that. I'm not the most fluent with the Spider-Man comics, more of the cartoons, movies, whatnot. Yeah, he is another trash father. And as kind of like a secondary father to Peter, tried to kill Peter many times after he even knew it was Peter. Moving on, we have one that's been brought up a couple times before. The God Emperor of Mankind. He technically doesn't have children, but the Space Marines would be his so-called children. So, yeah, he's created a warrior race and will have them fight each other to the death. Will tell one, like, go kill your brother. Can't really say that's a good guy. He has noble ambitions, but it's still done in an evil way. So, I mean, you can call him what you want, but I personally would say that he's quite evil. What else do we got? We have Thanos, another person who's brought up on this podcast many, many times so far. Thanos is one of the most evil people you could think of. He's another one you could look at and say, like, hey, he was trying to do something good, just in an evil way, but he is just another trash person. He treats his kids like trash. He's tried to have them kill each other. He's turned them on each other. He sends them out to go kill others, which, again, is not a good thing. And that is what I had for evil ones. There's many more out there, but, those are the ones that I chose really quickly. And then we're going to do good. I wish that would go away. It's annoying. All right, so the father from the road. I've talked about him in other videos before. He is possibly one of the best dads I could think of for sci-fi. He's in a very bad situation. So the world's end, post-apocalyptic, nuclear warfare and all that. And he is stuck trying to raise his son to actually be a good person, which is kind of hard to do in the situation they're in. But you can even see here he has it to where they found a soda and he has given it to his son. This is the first time his son's ever had a soda. Pretty much never really had sugar much before this. Given it to him as a treat, even telling him it's something special, that it's a treat. It's something that people looked up to. He tries to teach his son to not be a killer, to not be like all the evil people out there in the world. Because there's ones who, want to R-word people. They want to murder people. There's some that want to eat people. And he's teaching him to not be that way. He's got the hardest job ever, imaginable of any father. Really like this guy. And it's played by, the king. So can't go wrong there. Next, if you guys don't know Soul Eater, it's a pretty awesome anime. It was only, I guess you'd call it 4 seasons, or you want to call it anime timelines. But so this is the father of one of the main characters. There's 2 main characters in it, Maka and, oh man, I'm drawing a blank, but the dude who turns into a scythe. So originally Spirit Albarn was the partner of Maka's mom, and this is Maka's dad. But they were partners together when they were younger, and he is actually her weapon. He turns into a scythe himself. She has since passed, and now he is Death Scythe, like actually Death, the guy who runs the school in Soul Eater. He's a pretty awesome guy. He's a very loving father. He cares deeply about his daughter, is always there for her, has tried to get in the way to save her, protect her. He'll really do anything for her. That he is like, she's his one true love at this point, like not in a creepy way, not like, saying that he would be with his daughter if they weren't related. But yeah, he's just a great father all around. He's a great guy. He's funny. He's a little pervy with other women, but with his daughter, he's stand-up guy. Tries not to be weird around her, like in front of her, I should say. Moving on, we have Jim Halpert, because all around great guy. Yeah, he's kind of trash when it comes to his feud with Dwight, but yeah, besides that, he's a great guy. He's caring. He even cares about Dwight. He cares about everybody that he meets, everybody that he works with. But when it comes to his kids, he would do anything for them. He's trying to better his own life in the show by getting a job, leaving the office, so he can actually better provide for his children. And I think that's quite dope. Next, I'm going to have to go through a quick list of Dragon Quest XI characters. Basically all the dads in this video game are pretty awesome. So you have King Erwin. He is the father of the main character, which is this guy right here. That is the Luminary. But so he didn't really get to be a father for long. I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but he is holding something. That is the Luminary as a baby. So he didn't get to spend much time with you at all, but he did give his life to protect you. He's a great stand-up guy. I love this guy. I love this game. It is dope. But next we have Rab, which before I change tabs, he's right there. Rab. So Rab is actually the Luminary's grandfather. He is the dad of the Luminary's mom. Another great guy. He was there. He laid down everything to protect not just his daughter and his son-in-law, but also to protect the Luminary. He's another great guy. He's got that Master Roshi thing where he'll pick up like, dirty magazines and whatnot. But besides that, he's a wonderful guy. He's there, he's caring, he wants to make sure everybody's safe. He will put himself in front of danger to protect the rest of his crew too, which is just beautiful. And he's also he can be one of the second strongest technically when he does his moves that he learns from being a monk and all that, which he's starting to do right there. Anyways, then we have the father of Salvando. This is Don Rodrigo. So Don Rodrigo is basically a Templar. When you look at him, you can kind of see from pictures right there and what he's got on right there. But he's a man's man. He is tough, strong. He trains soldiers. He's a warrior at heart. But if you see Salvando, he's a little flamboyant. And there comes a point when Salvando left home. He wanted to go live and be a entertainer and no longer be a soldier, even though he was one of the most renowned soldiers in the world. But he left and became an entertainer, and he's Salvando the Great. But as you see, he's a little flamboyant. He was afraid to go home because he was afraid his dad would disown him. And when you first meet Don Rodrigo, it kind of seems like it might go that way. But when you finally get to talk to him and see him, and it says right here, I love my 27 gay sons. It's a little strong. I wouldn't really say that, just flamboyant. They never actually say anybody's sexual preference, which don't really care. But yeah, he does love his son. He shows that by when you finally get to meet him, you've taken all these followers of Salvando who are all dressed kind of like him. They have the feathers and everything. And they're a bunch of dancers, but their whole goal is to spread happiness around the world, which is honorable because at that point in the game, basically all hell's broken loose. It's just doom and gloom everywhere. But yeah, so you take all these people there and you need to find I should say the whole gang in the group got split up. So Luminary is on his own and everybody else, and you finally start meeting up again. And when you finally meet Salvando, that's what you try to do, is you're trying to help him get his followers somewhere safe. And what better place than with the safest person he knows, which would be his dad. So you take him there and you explain everything. And in the end, Don Rodrigo does accept them all 27 or 26 of them, whatever it was. And yeah, he ends up learning how to dance with them. He trains them, but he embraces it. It's quite wonderful. Yeah, that's it right there. That's him. That is him dressed up as in Salvando's outfit. And it's quite wonderful. And there's some of the followers. He's a great guy. I like him. He's hilarious too. And then King Carnelian. This one is a little iffy. And yeah, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, he does look a lot like the android. What was his name? Dr. Dro android. But yeah, so when you first meet King Carnelian, he's a trash person, but it's not his fault. He's possessed at the moment. But when he does snap out of it, he is another great guy. He cares about not just his daughter, but he cares about his subjects. He treats everyone equally. He apologizes for what he had no control over when you finally free him. And yeah, he does care deeply about his daughter, to the point to where he doesn't want to like hold her back, tells her basically like, go continue saving the world, but just want you to know I'm sorry and I love you. And yeah, they lost a lot of time together because Jade was like 7 or 8 when everything went bad the first time and he got possessed. But yeah, he's a good guy in the end. It's a little tricky with that one. And then this is one that I thought of last night as I was falling asleep, and I don't know how I forgot it. So Steve Martin in Father of the Bride. This is like one of the ultimate dads. And no, I have not seen the remake with I can't remember his name, but he's the Ocean's 11 casino owner guy. But yeah, so the Father of the Bride is an ideal dad. He bends over backwards for his daughter's wedding, and then also, I think it's the second one where she's having a baby, and also he finds out that his wife is pregnant as well, so he ends up having two babies at once. But yeah, he's a great guy. If you've never seen this movie, shame on you. Definitely go check this one out. And then let me see, anything going on? I'm kind of frozen. Let me take a quick break from that. Come on, let me do this. All right, let's do the other. So I want to talk about two that were a little different. So they're good people, but they're a little dumb. So first, you can see on the screen, I have Mr. Turner, Timmy's dad from Fairly Odd Parents. Great guy. He loves his son. He's just a little crazy and, dumb. But yeah, he does love his son, and he would do anything for it. When he does find out that Timmy needs help, he is all about it. I have no clue what's going on in half these pictures. It's been years since I've even watched this cartoon. But yeah, this is definitely another good father who's just probably more trouble to be around because of his low intelligence. And then Jerry Smith from Rick and Morty. So I should say, Rick does belong on the bad parent list. He's not very good. He's a horrible role model to his kid, or was a horrible role model to his daughter, and terrible to Morty. But it works out. But then there's Jerry Smith. He is another character who he loves his family. He wants to be a good father. He does care about Morty, but he's also extremely dumb. He likes to also think that he's smarter than Rick, which is just mind-blowing, since basically it's just no knowledge in that universe that Rick is the smartest. That's just where it ends. But yeah, he's a fun, loving guy. I think this is one of the episodes that really shows it. I think this is the post-apocalyptic episode where at the end he's trying to save everybody. I mean, he kind of does forget about Morty or something at the end, but yeah, he's trying to save his wife. He ends up saving his daughter, Summer. He does care. Just sometimes he's, as you can see here, he's not very smart. And then really, I just have one more I want to go over, which is another wild card. It's Picard. So Picard's not a dad. However, people have called him Space Dad because he is that role model. If you look at, if you've watched Next Generation, you will see young Wesley and how Picard does treat him like a son. He tries to mentor him. He wants to make sure that Wesley and everybody else on his crew can be the best they ever could be. He's caring. He can be a little tough, but he does care. He wants to be that great role model. And I greatly appreciate that. He's a fantastic character, just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that was pretty quick, but really that's all I had for you guys. I just kind of wanted to jump in. It's Father's Day, or tomorrow's Father's Day. It's Father's Day weekend. But I just kind of wanted to come in and at least leave you guys with something to watch, give you some entertainment if I could. But yeah, we will be back hopefully next week with a normal show. If not, you'll at least see me here. But yeah, coming up this week, we have a blender that's coming out on Monday. That is some characters that are just pretty much forgotten by time. They're not talked about often, even though they very well should be. And then I have no clue what we're doing on Thursday, but there is going to be something on Thursday. There's going to be a Nerd Talk Thursday video. That's going to be done by Hawk. And yeah, I hope you guys look forward to it, because I know I do. And yeah, besides that, just wanted to say, if you're a father, happy Father's Day to you. And if not, you're not a father, on behalf of Talk of Better Worlds, we wish your father a happy Father's Day. And yeah, until next time, you guys take care. See ya.